Trustly everyone. So today in this class we are going to learn about class 7 geography, chapter number 7, that is human environment. So from human environment we are going to learn about three main topics: settlement, transport and communication. So this is the part 3 of the chapter. So in the last class, so in the previous two classes we have finished the settlement. We also discussed about the transport. So from transport, we already learned about the uh, four means or modes of transport. So from the four means and modes of transport, we already learned about the roadways and railways. So in this class, we are going to learn about the waterways and airways. So the third uh, means or the mode of transport that we are going to learn in this class is about the waterways. So waterways are the cheapest means of transport. That means why waterways are called cheapest means of transport as compared to airways, roadways and railways. So as compared to these three means or mode of transport, waterways are the all cheapest means of transport. Why means, so if we look at this one, waterways, the route is ready-made one. There is no need to construct the waterways like roadways and railways. We have to make railway lines, we have to make roadways, but uh, waterways are already ready-made route. We have a ready-made route, and for this one, roadways and railways, we have to maintain the roadway and railways. But if you talk about the waterways, there is no need for maintenance and maintenance of waterways. And if we talk about the waterways, it causes less friction. So ultimately, because of these favorable reasons, it consumes less friction, and waterways are more leveled one. So there is no need to change the gear system or gears like in motorcycles, like cars. We have to, like buses, trucks, we have to change the gears according to the elevation or the according to the nature of the road. But unlike these means of mode of transport, waterways are more leveled one, and there is no need to change the gears or gear systems. So it will, once it started, it will go by itself. So that means it consumes less fuel. So because of these favorable reasons, waterways are the cheapest means or mode of transport. Why means because less maintenance cost, route is ready made, and this one, less friction, low fuel consumption. Because of these favorable reasons, waterways are the cheapest means of transport as compared to airways, as compared to roadways, as compared to railways. And if we talk about compare between these four means of mode of transport, waterways are favorable for carrying heavy, very, very heavy and heavy, we know heavy and bulky, big goods like machines, like these are. So here we have this one, cargo goods, cargo ship. So on the cargo ship we have this one, standard containers. So all these are called standard containers. So size of these standard containers are very, very large. So that means waterways, so as compared to airways, roadways and railways, waterways are capable or suitable for carrying heavy and bulky goods as compared to these means or mode of transport over a long distance. So if you talk about most of the international trade between the countries are done with help of seaports. Export and imports of the world are done through seaports. So that means seaports are sometimes called gateway of international trade. So this one is the cargo and this one is the oil tankers. So these are the ships which are used for carrying oils like petroleums and gases from one place to another place. waterways, there are mainly two types of water route. So if we talk about the water route or waterways, we have two types of waterways. There are inland waterways. So inland means inside the land we have water bodies such as lakes, rivers, and canals. So this is a river. So if we navigate on um, these rivers, inland water bodies, these are called inland waterways. So this is inland waterway. Inside the land we have water bodies such as rivers, lakes, and canals. So if we navigate on these water bodies inside the land, these are called inland waterways, and sea waterways or ocean waterways. So if we navigate on open sea like Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, if we navigate on these seas, we can say these are called sea routes. So we have two types of routes. Waterways, we have two types of routes: inland waterways and ocean waterways. Waterways. So the third topic is navigable freshwater. So navigable rivers. Navigable means those river which we can navigate ships from one place to another place. So these are called navigable rivers. So we have many rivers in the world. So all the rivers are not navigable one. So some rivers are navigable. That means we can navigate on these rivers. We can navigate ships on these rivers. So these rivers are called navigable rivers. Navigable rivers. So inside the land we have water bodies such as rivers, navigable lakes are used as inland waterways. So if we talk about the inland waterways, mostly we are talking about rivers and lakes. Some of the important inland waterways of the world are Ganga. So in India, if we talk about India, we have River Ganga. So this is national waterway number one, River Ganga. So in India, people are navigating ships on River Ganga. Again, people are navigating ships on River Brahmaputra. So these are the two examples of navigable inland rivers in India. If we talk about the next Ganga and Brahmaputra river system, then Great Lakes in North America. So if we talk about this image is the Great Lakes. So Great Lakes means is the lakes that is located between Canada and USA. So here we have total of five lakes. So all these lakes are called Great Lakes. So lakes such as Lake Huron, Michigan, Oria, Ontario. So these are called Great Lakes. Great Lakes in North America. So here people are navigating on these lakes. So this is a navigable inland lakes in North America. North America, mostly we have three countries: Canada, uh, America, and Mexico, and River Nile. So in this is the map of Africa. So here we have River Nile. So River Nile is again a navigable river. So these are the three important examples of inland waterways of the world. So inland waterways of the world examples such as River Ganga and Brahmaputra in India, Great Lakes in between Canada and USA, and River Nile in Africa. So these are the three main examples of inland waterways of the world. So sea waterways. So sea's route are mostly connected with seaport. So likewise, if we talk about air, air transport and railways and roadways, if we talk about roadways, we have bus stations. If we talk about the railways, we have train stations. If we talk about air transport, we have airport. Likewise, uh, in order to navigate the ships in the oceans, we also have a seaports. So these are the examples of seaports. So these are the standard containers. These are the standard containers. So these are the equipment or the technologies which are required in the seaport in order to load. So in order to load this type of goods, heavy bulky goods, we need cranes, we need umpires, we need this one hoppers, and we need stackers. So these are the machines that are needed, that are installed in the seaports of the world. So sea routes are connected through seaports. So all the sea routes of the world are connected with seaports of the world. So if we talk about India, we have Mumbai seaport, we have Chennai seaport, we have Kolkata seaport. So in these seaport, we have facilities, we have these type of technologies and machines. So seaport provide facilities such as loading of the goods, unloading of the goods, and storage facilities. So these are the storage facilities. So these are the facilities provided by seaports of the world. So the fourth means or the mode of transport that we are going to learn in this class is about the airways. So airway is the fastest means of transport. So as compared to roadways, as compared to railways, as compared to waterways, air transport is the fastest means of transport because there is no physical barrier for air transport. So if we talk about this one, roadways, railways, we have lots of physical barriers, terrain barriers like this. But air transport, we can directly fly from one destination to another destination. There is no physical barriers like mountains, lakes, and rivers. So that means air transport is the fastest means of transport as compared to other means or mode of transport such as roadways, railways, and waterways. So as compared to these three means or mode of transport, air transport is the fastest means of transport. So this air transport was first developed in early 19th centuries. 19th century. It is the only mode of transport to reach the most remote and distant area, especially where there is no road and railway. So it is mode of transport. So mostly where inaccessible areas, very remote area, in a jungle area where there is no roadway and railways. So air transport is the most suitable for remote area. So suppose this is remote area. We have a helicopter. There is no roadway and railway, but we can reach here by with help of air transport like helicopter services. So in India, we have a helicopter services mostly in North Indian states of India. That the helicopter service is called Pawan Hans helicopter service in India, and distance place. So distance play means far away places. So air transport is more suitable for remote area. It can reach inaccessible area, remote areas, and it can reach distance places, far away places, especially where there is no road, where there is no other means or mode of transport is available in the remote area. So in these areas, we can reach by this one air transport with the help of helicopter. Helicopters are used to transport items and goods to our remote areas. So this is an example. This image shows the uh, helicopter which are used in the remote area. So if you look at the second image, so this is the aeroplane, and in order to take off and for landing we need a runway. So this is called runway. So runway is again facility in the airports for landing and for take off the airplanes. uh, Air transport is the most expensive means of mode of transport. Because of why means because of cost of the fuels. So as compared to roadways, as compared to railways, as compared to waterways, air transport is the fastest. One merits advantage is fastest means of mode of transport is air transport, but demerit is it is very costly. Because of why means cost of the turbine fuels. Fuel means oils. So if we talk about the in buses, in trucks, in cars, we are putting diesel, or we are putting uh, petroleum. Likewise, for aeroplane, we have a turbine fuel. So this turbine fuel is very expensive, and this one expensive. Because of that, the cost of air transport is very expensive as compared to other means of mode of transport such as roadway, railways, and waterways. So this is the second this one demerits of this is the demerits of air transport. uh, some major airports in the world are, so in the world we have many airports. So these all are the airports of the world. So again, airports are used for landing and takeoff and other facilities we have in the airports. So some of the important airports of the world are Delhi in India, Mumbai in India, New York, New York City, New York in USA, London in England, Paris in France, Frankfurt and Munich in Germany. So again Cairo. So Cairo is in Egypt. So these are the some of the important airports of the world. So the last topic or the third topic that we are going to learn in this class is about the communication. So what is meant by communication? So communication is a process of what? Sending and receiving of messages, videos, photos from one person to another person. So likewise, right now we are doing online teaching. So for online teaching, I'm sending you videos, notes in the form of text messages. I'm sending you photos of the results, and we are communicating. I'm sending from one place, and you and I'm sending from I'm sending these messages to you, and you are receiving these messages. So we are in the different places of the world. So that this is called communication. So communication is a sending. I'm sending, you are receiving my messages. You are sending me a messages, I'm receiving your messages and photos of your notes and exercises. So these are called communication. Right now we are using internet is the means or the mode of communication for sending messages, videos, photos. That is called communication. So here communication, so all these are the means or the modes of communication that we are using at present. Post office. In early days, people are using birds in order to send messages from one place to another place. So these are the different types of telephones. Old, then right now, latest one is we are using smartphones. Different modes of communication are used to provide. So at present, we are using different means or the mode of communications are using in order to give provide information. We are in order to provide education, in order to entertain. So right now we are getting news, we are listening to the news in order to get information. We are teaching online, we are teaching online classes, we are taking online classes in order to educate you, and we are watching TVs and YouTubes in order to entertain us. So these are the different modes of trans communication are used in order to provide or give information, education, and entertainment. Through newspaper, radio, television can be communicated with larger number of people. So newspaper, we have newspapers such as the Tribune, the Times of India. So these are the newspapers. So these newspapers, radios, like in government of India, we have radios such as Akashvani, radio services, television. We have lots of channels. So these are the audiences are very large in number. So we are watching different types of channels. So these channels are watched by many peoples. We are listening to radios. So these newspapers, radios, televisions, we have a large audience, large peoples who are watching the TV. So because of that, we can communicate in a large number of people. Because of that, these types of newspaper, radios, and televisions are called mass media or mass communication, because one newspaper, it has a many subscribers. One radio channel, we have many listeners. One TV channel, we have many viewers. So these are called because of large number of audience in for newspapers, radios, and televisions. Because of these reasons, these are called mass media or mass communication. So this is mass communication. YouTube is again a mass communication. Again, Facebook, if you put your profile picture, change your profile picture, means it will seen by many people. So these are called mass communication. So communication, we have two types: personal communication, like sending emails, calling from one person to another person, sending messages from one person to another person. These are called personal communication between two persons. Mass communication means like newspapers and TV channels, These communications, we have a large audience. Because of that, these are called mass communication. Television, radio, internet, wireless phones like smartphones are main modes or means of communication. So at present, nowadays, television, radio, internet, we are using internet, right? We are using internet for different purposes, wireless for smartphones. So nowadays, these are the main means or mode of communication at present with the use of satellite. So this is satellite. So this satellite is placed in the space. So these are the receivers, ground receivers in the shape, smartphones, receivers, TV channels, receivers, news channels, this one. So these are called satellite communication. So with the use of satellite, we can explore the earth and communicate as a global village. So uh, nowadays, all the nations are closely connected by communication system. Because of that, it is called global community or global village. Because of right now something is happening in one part of the world, it is watched or it is seen by live. We can see the news channels live on our lives. So because of it is happening like in olden days, if something is happening in the village, every people will know what is happened on that particular day and event about that one. So same as, and because of satellite communication, the world become very small in terms of communication. Because of that, it is called global community or it is also called global village. Now our world has become a some kind of village because of what? Communication. Thank you.